Morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, here for our home yoga practice live on Friday, June 26th. This year is just chugging along, and who could have actually imagined feeling ourselves and being in ourselves as we are here today, like 3 months ago? It's been an interesting journey for sure, and hopefully one that has given us some good lessons and some good appreciation, some good gratitude. Um, so, welcome. Get yourself situated. Have your pillows, blankets, blocks, straps. If you have any of that, if you don't have any of it, don't worry about it. If you're new to this yoga, to this video, to Just Be Yoga, to me, know that you are wonderfully awesome just the way you are. All right. So don't feel as though, oh, I need something and something is lacking. Nope. You're here with your mind and your breath and your body. Boom, we're ready to connect. That's what yoga means. Home yoga practice live, however, might be a bit of a different experience. This is something that we've been building to help share tips and ideas on how to build your personal yoga practice. And you might be like, what? I don't even know what anything is. So, what does that mean? Follow along as best you can. I'm always going to be trying to add in what is yoga? What does it mean? And that you have all of the power to amend and modify and vary anything according to what feels good for you. Yoga is really a way of developing self-awareness, self-consciousness. So even just being aware of, do I want to make a choice? Do I let myself make a choice? Do I let others make choices for me? Can be a wonderful way to begin. All right, everybody, it's Friday. We're back to basics on our Friday. If you've been with us all week, I really hope that you've been enjoying developing your practice plan. I certainly have got tons of ideas, and I meant to write a follow-up yesterday on the blog based on our practice yesterday. I'm going to try to hit it today in between some private lessons that I have, kind of lining out some of the postures that we did, as well as some of the breath practices that we did. That way, if you miss it and you're like, home yoga practice on that day. I see some things. I might want to do that one. Maybe, all of this process has helped me grow in being able to provide information, hopefully in a chewable way for everyone. And just figure out like how to teach and how to hopefully be effective in teaching the way I like to teach. All right. And what's effective for you? I don't want teaching to say, I was like thinking, does that sound like teaching is all about Belinda? No, it's not all about Belinda. All right. So we're going to start today in our basics. Once again, if you're new to home yoga practice, follow along as best that you can. Take from it nuggets that you like. Chuck away the parts that you don't. All righty. Actually, today I would like to start in child's pose. So we're going to come to hands and knees, sink back on our heels, and realizing, I've got to move my whiteboard. Please feel free to sound off before you get into your child's pose. If you want to type a little comment, let me know if you're here and how things have been going with your practice. While I go move that whiteboard out of my way. All right. So we're heading into our basic day. A day where we focus on the fundamentals, the root foundations of our practice, keeping things simple. If you've been creating your practice plan, we'll bring into our mind now, what are we practicing this week? Call it your intention, if you like. Why are you here? So child's pose, we can have knees wide. It tends to be the simplest and the most accessible way to slide into this, letting the belly fall down inside of the inner thighs. If you have knee issues and don't want to be on your knees, you could wait in a seated position. If you can be on your knees, but you need a little extra cushioning under your knees, go ahead and do so. You could also put a cushion behind your knee joint, taking the pressure of the weight off of them. proceed with our checking in right here. Let the first space not be one of doing, but one of being. So try not to think about anything right here. Let the dust settle. Give yourself permission to just be. Be a body of flesh that's digesting and breathing. Be a body of breath that fills up and releases. Will be a mental body, one that thinks, but doesn't have to be doing so right now. We're a body that contains wisdom and intuition. Do we know that body? What does it want to tell us right now? And we're a body of light, of the unknown, whatever is the spark that is giving us awareness. Have we spent time with that body? Have we helped that body grow? And let's gradually come forward to hands and knees. Try to keep in your mind your intention for yourselves. Maybe it was a simple word like love or kindness, patience or balance. And invite yourselves to embody that. How do I embody love in my arms as I shift my weight forward and back? My practice point this week, as some of you know, was moderation. So I'm just trying to keep that in mind, not going to any extremes in anything that I do. Perfect on a basic day. And then we'll just reach one leg straight back. You choose whether it's your left or your right, and you'll switch it out. Feel yourselves holding your leg. Be in your physical body. Did you really shift over to one side? Can you hold your weight evenly in both arms? Breath. What's the bent leg doing? And we'll bring that knee down and lengthen the other leg back. Extension and support. Strength. And a little bit of poise. What is your breath doing here? What is it like to be in a quiet mind that's focused on this space, this breath, this intention? And we'll bring that knee down. And we'll gradually just come up to standing on the knees. So if you were on seated, if being on the knees was uncomfortable, just go ahead and come to standing. And we'll do a few wrist rotations. If we are on the knees, try not to have the butt sitting back. See how much we can stand up erect and tall. Hips over the knees. So we might need to thrust that forward a bit. And let's work the wrist from that hands and knee space that we were in. Working the fingers too, changing direction. Be in your hands. What expanding open and close. So when we're approaching a basic practice at home on our own, and we might be thinking, well, what do I do? Maybe allow yourself to think about basic foundation of standing, of kneeling, of sitting, of reclining poses. Okay? We're going to make our way upright to standing if we aren't already there. But I want to bring some mindful intention, holding my intention in my mind. I'm going to notice how I step my right foot up, hopefully without stomping it. So can I be in control and be present in the actual placing of that foot? And a gentle twist. Feeling my spine continue to aspire upward. Feeling my root. Am I trying to move too swiftly up here, knocking myself over? What wants to move in the twist? Now we're going to see about bringing that in reverse. So I'm going to bring this knee back, breathing two. Starting to be aware of when we want to hold our breath. And I'm going to step the other leg up. And I noticed just a little bit more poise there. And I don't know if it's because that one side got to be familiar, so the other side knew what was coming. Is my body just warming up this morning? So just feeling out the differences from side to side. Be present. Breath in, sitting up. Exhale, twisting. Observe how the physical body feels. Can we encourage and invite ease? No pressure. Don't try to go to the max of your twist. Observe all of the adjustments, micro or big, that your body is making for you to stay upright. And I'm going to release. I'm going to bring this knee back. All right, now the fun part. We're going to come up to standing. So I'm going to bring my weight into my left knee, step the right foot up, see if I can keep my torso upright. I'm going to tuck the back toes. Now I can already feel myself saying, oh, I want to get to a thing. I want to get to the standing. I actually want to be present and connect with the process, connect with all of the things that have to come together in my physical body to bring me upright. And then notice what we notice. We'll find mountain pose. So remember what I said, the basics of standing, the basics of sitting, the basics of kneeling. So standing, am I fully present? Spread the toes, root into them, lift the arches. Try not to over squeeze the thighs. Don't have the butt sticking back. Maybe rock the tailbone forward and back a few times. Build awareness. Where am I in my hips? Where am I in my legs to stand in this mountain? What is lifting and holding my torso upright? Am I wearing my shoulders like earrings, or can I root them down? Let's breathe in and lengthen upward. Maybe interlace. I'm going to flip the palms. And then explore a gentle twist. Pressing down through the legs. Lifting up through the chest. Notice what you can feel in your fingers and your wrists. What's overdoing? What's not doing enough? Have we explored? Keep it simple. Revolve from the center of you and twist in the opposite direction. Now you choose how long you want to hold. We're not here to go for a burn. We're here to connect. What's going on in my physical body? How aware am I of what complements one another? What needs assistance? What overdoes? Calming on back to center. I'm going to release the arms. So when we're in our standings, There's so much that we can explore, even in a simple way, in our standing poses. We're going to do a cat and cow from thrust the chest up, tilt the butt back, open up the front of us from the throat through the chest and the belly. And then exhale, curve the tailbone under, rounding the spine upward, tucking the chin down. Breath in. And breath out. Now, if this feels uber simple to you, remember we are in the basics. And this movement is about feeling and building awareness of the entire spinal column. So maybe use some dharana, some focus, and pick a couple of vertebrae along your spine and just see, hey, can I feel that area? What is it doing? When does it respond in order as the spine is bowing and flexing? I'm really root and foundational today, so I'm paying attention to my feet because I was really gouging into my heels. And so I'm just trying to bring awareness of if I distribute the weight through my whole foot, how does that change what's going on in the muscles in my legs? Do I have a better foundation for working the spine? Choose how many you want to do here. And roll the spine up. Arriving back in mountain, taking a pause between postures is a great way to realign, stay focused on what we're practicing, why we're here, our intention. Remember that observation is a part of our practice plan. So paying attention to, okay, what did I observe? Oh, I had a lot of mind chatter there. And then let it go, okay? Let's detach. We practice and we detach. No expectation. We don't cling to an outcome. Let's work some other areas of standing by lifting one leg. Now that could be an inch. That could be more. Where's your breath? And we're going to extend that leg out. Now I'm deliberately showing this could be down here. You could even have the heel on the floor. You could place it on a block. Some of you are working toward extending that leg out in front of you. Now do know that basics means foundational and fundamental. Doesn't mean it's easy. Breath. Paying attention to what's going on in the body. Can my chest lift some of the weight off of my legs? And bring that leg down. Taking that pause. Being in the body, being in the breath. I'm feeling pressure being alleviated out of that left leg that was holding me. And I thought I had had a full breath, but by recharging into the breath here, notice, I thinned the stream in that breath. When I was in that Uttira Parangustasana, extended leg extending pose. I'm going to root into this right leg. And just stay here. Now, oftentimes, don't feel as though, I had to go to the straight leg thing. If standing in this leg and having this leg bent with this foot just an inch off the floor is more than enough work, that you're working on your ease and steadiness here, do that. Let everything gradually build. And that could be over time. That could be over months. That could be over years. It doesn't mean that there isn't anything to explore here about stability and steadiness in the body and the mind. How about steadiness in the breath? If you do want to extend. And I'll bring that leg down. Another way of looking at our basic practice is making sure that we have balance, okay? Keeping it simple, but keeping it balanced. So if there's bending and folding, if there's bending forward, there needs to be bending backward. So let's breathe in and lift the chest up. See if you can feel yourselves lifting the waist off of your hips. Breath in. Exhale, hinging it forward. Now your knees can be soft here. We held this for quite a bit yesterday, so you might be feeling some tension in the backs of those legs and your back. Maybe shake your head yes or no. You're going to roll the spine upright. So again, on balance, if we twist left, we twist right. Okay? All right, I'm going to make my way up to the top of the mat. We're going to do 2 simple ways of getting into our warrior. So first, we're just going to build on the standing that we did. So we're going to root into one leg, lift another, find your breath, find your patience. Remember your intention. Maybe extend, maybe you don't. And we're going to step this leg back. Now start to pay attention. Do I need to pitch my chest forward to do it? Could I keep my spine erect, staying in mountain pose to reach this back, bending the front knee, placing it down, being aware of where I am in warrior 1. Breath in, lifting the chest so that gets that bit of a back bend. And then I'm just going to bring the chest forward, bringing the hands down for support. Step the back leg up. And then roll the spine up. Pay attention to the spine, the ease, the presence. Rooting into the other leg, choosing whether you're going to lift it just a little. Feel and observe, this is me holding myself up in my physical body. This is my leg extending, maybe. This is my spine growing tall with ease. And we're going to make our way back and accept what happens in your body. Notice when your mind goes into a critical judgment, a non-kind expression. Breath in, feel the back leg. How much can we offer the heart, looking upward? And hands come down. Notice how we bring the body down. Is it with control, or do we just kind of let momentum throw our bodies around without awareness? Stepping the back leg up. And then round the spine up to standing. There is no growing in our practice without a solid foundation. Like if we're building a house, we don't build the roof first. So we don't aspire to like the craziest upside down spaces. All right, let's breathe in and lengthen. Nice little intermission. We'll do another twist. Notice what we notice differently here. Maybe observe a different area of the body. Maybe you're exploring, well, what is building my foundation here? Just focus on the bottom parts of the body. And feel their connection to upper parts. Release and coming around to the other side. And then bringing ourselves back, forward folding. Your legs could be apart or together. Now hands to the floor. I'm going to step the right leg back. So this is another way to start to come into the warrior 1. We could have done it from a standing upright, erect space. Actually, I'm going to say that more appropriately, erect, because we're still standing, okay? Or from this lunge space where we've got more weight. The body is down a lot lower, and maybe we feel a little bit more secure. So this might be another way to come into warrior 1 that you prefer to do. but it also tasks us with working in a different way. The legs really have to commit here because all of our body weight is really pressing into it. So this front knee is bending, not going past this heel, pulling the chest up. Now you could walk your way up to give yourself focus on your balance, your rootedness. Or maybe you want to ask your core and your spine to give you a little bit more stability as you lift yourself up. Notice the amount of work, what got exerted to be here. Right hip forward, left hip back. Just to align the hips in balance and build our awareness of, oh, that was cockeyed. And actually bringing it in balance may feel the cockeyed part first until we start to become familiar with a more balanced way of being. Being in the body, carrying ourselves with equilibrium. Breath in, be in the back leg more. If you press it, what do you observe in your hips and your pelvis? How things are connected with a cat. And I'm going to bring my hands down. I could have walked it down that thigh. Notice how you step this back leg up. Try not to thrust it up. Stand in the front leg to bring the back leg up. Noticing how much we use momentum. How present can we be in the body? Breath in and lift the chest up. Exhale, release the upper body down. Be here. What is there to learn, explore, and connect with right here? What feels stuck? What is fighting us? What's just sitting here going, yum? Hands down. We're going to step back with the other leg. So we're going to step the left leg back. You might need to take a few steps. Keeping this front knee over the heel. Walking our way up. And then feel out where we are with those hips. Sometimes I like to just ease into it with a little rocking. Maybe we lift those arms up. Left hip forward, right hip back. No strain in the upper body. Don't fight to rise. Let it rise with ease, rising upward into the higher energies of light, of spirit. Breathe in. Maybe offer a bit of a back bend. Make sure you're not forcing anything. And we'll bring the hands down. This time I'm going to come down. So I'm going to bring the back knee down. Step the front knee back. So you could practice that sequence a few times. Working out what you're observing. I'm going to come to hands and knees once again. And reach the right arm forward, feeling this core wrap around, giving me stability. Twisting it open. Breath. I don't have to involve the neck. I'm trying to remember moderation was my practice. And when I get to moderate, what does it let me get to notice and enjoy when I'm not trying to do all the things? I get to really enjoy the few things that are right here. And I don't have to see it as a lack. I get to see it as abundance. And I'll bring this arm down. Reaching the other arm forward. Feeling some stability. So we're back to some kneelings. What can we do in the kneelings? What do the kneelings afford us to connect with in different regions of the body? Core stability, a little bit of upper body strength. Also confronting the mind, twisting it open. For some reason, being in this space here really lets us start to observe, oh, when am I straining? Where's my head here? Am I paying attention? Is my mind already in something that's coming up in a few hours? Where's my breath? And I'll bring this arm down. All right, we're going to step the right leg up. And then let's wiggle that foot over to the left side of the mat. I'm going to bring the knee down. Now just watch that for a moment, and then I'm going to turn and face you all. Now I'm going to keep my back leg straight back here for my practice. But this might be a situation where it's better for you to bring that other knee up by the foot and sit like so. So feel that out. This heel can come closer to your groin. It might make it a little less intense. Face is soft. Be in the physical body and feel what it wants to tell you. Be in your breath. Practice acceptance. Maybe add some neck rotations here. How are you wearing your earth suit? How well does it fit us today? Or are we wearing it in a way that we're not accustomed to, that feels new? Change direction if you're doing your neck rotation. Are we okay with trying on a new suit? Feeling our bodies differently? Even just showing up on your yoga mat is so much an act of vulnerability. Good. Now you can take your way back to hands and knees, right? You got to bring that back knee up and step the right knee back. I'm going to come to the knees once again as a bit of a transition. Now we can stay upright here, or if you have a free wall, I'm going to crawl on over here. We could walk our thighs and knees and hips up against the wall. Make sure you have a few inches of space in between your inner thighs, okay? Having the hips up against the wall, belly up against the wall. And yes, might need to move some mammary glands if you have them and press your ribs up against the wall. And it's a great tool to use to feel, oh, this is me holding my body upright. That's all. Breath. Thighs against the wall, hips against the wall, calm. And then I'll make my way back onto the mat. Coming to our hands and knees. Don't be in a rush. I noticed my mind was already like, oh, I gotta hurry up because I'm in front of a camera. So it's like, nope, I can slow down. Now we're gonna step the left leg up and start to wiggle that foot over. And once again, I'm gonna turn face, wiggle that foot over. Gonna bring this knee down. You could have a pillow or a block under your hip if that would make this a little bit more comfortable. Pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. I need some new jokes, but I like to say it's a whole bunch of points in Scrabble. Chest lifting, maybe working the neck. I'm gonna go up and down because we did a circle the last time. Focusing on opening and closing my throat, but in a moderate way. I tend to really strain and stretch because I feel like, oh, this area needs so much. That must mean I need to apply myself more. And it isn't the case. Sometimes less is so much more. Can you relax the belly? Can we relax the breath? You can twist here too. It's your body. Explore. Feel. Notice what's connected to what. When you feel something in your hip, are you feeling it in between your shoulder blades too? How does that make you feel? Do you get concerned? I know I used to when I was starting this practice a long time ago. If I did something and if I felt a muscle in the upper chest pull, I swore, oh my God, this is giving me a heart attack. I was like, no, they're just sinews that are attached to one another. And I get to confront and feel that reaction inside of me, that emotional space. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just shift my weight into my left butt and bring this back leg out in front of us. I'm going to go for a butterfly to a bit of an open hip space. We haven't really been in open hip. We've had neutral in our standings and in our warriors. So remember what I said about balance. If we do something that's open, can we also do something that's closed? So it can help you kind of create a little template of, checkbox, if that's how you want to do your practice, all right? Bottom body, upper body. Is a nice way to do it too. So we've gotten some neck work. We've definitely had some lower body work. Pulling this chest up and coming forward. Now we've done a lot of holding, so I think I want to find some fluidity. Rolling the spine up and taking it forward. I am personally resisting the urge to go to my mat, and I get to confront my mind space. It's like, oh, but wait, it doesn't feel like the full yum of my practice. And I get to work on that moderation. It's like, do I always need 2 scoops? Can I just have 1? But you choose that. I'm talking about my reflection of my tendencies. Maybe you have a tendency to not really do much. So can you, in your body, if it feels safe to explore, maybe find a different pacing, find a different depth. I'm going to hold here. Breathing in the low back. Softening in the neck and the chest. What is the breath telling us? Where can we feel it? What is it doing to us on the inside? I'm going to bring myself back up. All right. I'm going to lengthen the legs out. We're going to do one Paschimottanasana. Perhaps having your legs apart, maybe as wide as your mat if you're on your mat lengthwise, rather than me in this crossways position. Or you could start to bring it in closer. If we're bringing it in closer, it's nice to lift the hip, rotate the flesh inward, and then press the leg down, feeling this kind of action in the muscles of your upper thighs, and then doing the same here. And then sitting up tall in the spine and notice what you're feeling in your back, your hips. Are we still growing through the back of the neck? Can we believe and apply a bit of faith that those muscles can actually lift me with intention? What's the fullest breath I could explore here in this Dandasana, this staff pose? Breath in and lift. You could incorporate a twist here with arms open, maybe your arms rooted. Simple twist, but still active in your staff. Coming back, noticing how we're moving, splitting it open, sitting up tall, shoulders down. Maybe using the arms on the floor or the legs for a little extra leverage. Oh, reminding myself of my intention, so I backed off a bit. But actually in backing off, I started to feel a little bit more love and a little bit more movement in this low hip rather than just the low spine. And bring it up now for the Paschimottanasana, and that's the hinging forward. All right, so you might want to use a strap here on the bottoms of your feet. But the caution about using a strap, sometimes we get those straps and we wrap it around and we yank, right? Ease and steadiness. So if you can pull gently, point and flex the feet and notice what's going on in the backs of the legs. Filling up your belly with breath. If you don't need a strap and you want your arms to just rest on the ankles or shins, be in your legs, feel your legs, thank your legs. Spend time with your feet and your toes, asking nothing of them other than that they just be attached to you and send you the sensation of your touch. It's a thankless job to be our feet. So let's give it some thanks. And we'll bring ourselves upright. I'm going to invite us down for some of the reclining space, all right? So have a block nearby if you have some. Pay attention to how you lower yourself down. Just doing it mindfully, aware, placing ourselves down, walking these feet in. And let's let the bottoms of the feet come together, knees open. A little bit of open hip. Ooh. Notice the sensation. Now, basic doesn't have to mean slow. I was being a little meticulous today. You could have a basic vinyasa or a basic flowing class going from thing to thing. So long as you don't lose your awareness of what we're doing, how we're doing it. Sometimes when we start to become more swift, it's hard to apply that very deliberate presence of mind. I'm going to bring the knees back up, feet down, feet flat. A little bit of space in between the inner thigh. I'm going to root down through the right leg and extend the left leg up. Point and flex. Letting my body weight of my spine rest. And see if you can notice, are there muscles in your back or your belly that are still gripping, that are doing this little bit of tensing? And could you let it go? And when you let it go, what feeling, what sensation do you notice? Bringing the hands behind the hamstring. Pointing and flexing. Ooh, feeling the back of the calf. The muscles on the top of that foot. Don't give yourself a cramp. Maybe remember your intention for your practice. And then ankle rotation. Breathing in. Breathing out. Change your direction. Good. And we'll walk the hands up the back of that leg. If you would prefer to have a strap or a towel on the bottom of that foot, go ahead and do that. And then just invite that straight leg as close to you as it wants to come. And feel out the tension point. Try not to create struggle. Notice again if you've got muscles gripping or tensing somewhere. Could you let that go? I found my right butt cheek was like, oop, I got this. And I'm like, oh, I need you to stop. Breath in. Breath out. Basics also doesn't mean that it doesn't find a deeper space. I can hold this without yanking on it and slowly feel areas along the back of the rectus femoris that want to start to release. If I apply a little less pressure, sometimes some of the muscles are a little more agreeable. And then using the breath. Doing less also lets the mind do less. Good. I'm going to gently release that foot. Taking my time as I start to switch it out and extend the other leg up. Holding behind the hamstring, doing the point and flex. All right, so this is simple, basic, having this other leg bent. If you would like to extend that other leg, now you might start to notice, oh, that was a little bit more pull on the extended leg up. It's fine, walk it back in if you'd like. All right, but if we are extending this leg, let's give this leg a job too to actually activate, pressing the back of that leg down. And then when we're ready, either walking the hands up the back of that leg that's reaching up to the ceiling or grabbing your strap. Feel your spine, right? This extended leg gets all of our attention because it's screaming. But how about your spine? Is it enjoying getting this rest? Are we taking advantage of it? Or did all of our attention go to the back of that leg that we're pulling in ever so gently, not forcing? Explore. Breathe and accept. Be fully present in the gift of breath. Be fully present in the gift of awareness. Where is our awareness now? Can we ask it to observe this present moment? We don't want to miss this present moment. Don't believe the fairy tale that a future moment is more important. It's going to be better. Be in the now, because this is what we have. Be present with it without regrets later, because we lived in this moment fully. I'm going to bring that leg down, bottoms of the feet, knees falling open once again, if you like. You could always change the angle of this reclining butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana if you're learning some Sanskrit. Where are we now? Are we absorbing all of the peace that we can right here? Or are we on alert for what's going to come next? Are we distracted with what time it is? Can we practice to be fully in the body and the breath right here? Practice being aware of the space between our thoughts right here. I'll invite the inner thighs back in. Now I'm going to bring my knees together and walk the feet out a little wide, bringing in that internal rotation. We have the hips open. Now we bring them in, and we can let the knees rock to one side and over to the other side. Now again, you could find the flow here, or you could hold. Feeling out the hips and the side and the waist. Working into our psoas. It's wrapping all the way around toward the back of your mid-back. And come the center. I'm going to invite one knee to the chest, other knee to the chest. Oh, really feeling the entire length of the spine. Gaze up toward the ceiling. Maybe lift the head and tuck the chin down, pulling the knees toward the forehead. Feel that. Now lift the forehead up toward the knees. Feeling that working, that initiation. Lowering the hips down. Happy baby if you like. Again, spine. Feeling below lumbar and the sacrum here. We gave the upper part of the spine, the neck, some attention. So here, just a little bit more attention. You could be holding the backs of the knees, maybe finding the bottoms of the feet. If happy baby isn't your jam, you could still do this with your heels down, knees wide. Just won't really get into the back as deeply, but let's honor what makes us feel safe. This is a very revealing and vulnerable posture. And I'm going to roll over and come upright to sitting. We're going to close with what I hope is a chant that you'll want to learn. Remembering our 8 limbs of yoga, our do nots of behavior, non-stealing, non-lying, non-harming, moderation, and non-hoarding. The do's of our behavior, dedication or devotion, contentment, purity or cleanliness, self-study, and surrendering to that which we don't know and don't understand. Practicing healthy balance in our body toward its nourishment, its strength, its rest. A healthy balance in our breath, learning what's possible and what we're capable of in our breath and our senses. So with the senses of sound and hearing and breath, there's a nice little merger with pratyahara and pranayama. And mantra helps with that. Mantra, repetitive sound, repetitive intention. Sometimes it's referred to as a bija or a seed that gets planted by that repetition. Helps with focus, which is the next limb of yoga, dharana. All right, so loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. So I'm going to find a space of some calm breath, and then feel free to follow along with repeating this mantra. Observe everything. Remember that was a part of our plan, our practice plan. Observation. Observe your discomfort. Observe the parts that you enjoy. Observe your physical body, where you're feeling the vibration. Observe your mind and the absorption of the idea. All right, so before we get going, what the heck does it mean? Never practice a mantra that you don't know the translation of, all right? And I'm in no way saying that all the mantras to practice are in Sanskrit. Nope. You could be practicing Japanese ones. You could be practicing Native American ones. If it isn't appropriation on your part, if it's something that resonates with your spirit, but know its intent, know where it came from. All right. So, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, may all beings be free from suffering and the true causes of suffering. And may all beings know happiness and the true causes of happiness. Let's say that again to ourselves. May all beings, including myself, be free from suffering and the true causes of suffering. And may all beings, including myself, know happiness and the true causes of happiness. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. 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 Your chanting doesn't have to be in a sing-song manner. You might know Om Mane Padme Hum, 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 Om Mane Padme Hum. That ends up not really feeling in that sing-songy. Instead, it feels like that drone repetition of a mantra. Wide open throat, feeling the vibration, allowing and inviting that seed into ourselves. Let's take a moment and connect with the body and check in. How are you, physical body, flesh, organs, fluids, nervous system? How are you, breath? Connecting me and drawing in the outside world into me and taking my inside world out into the world. How are you, mind? Where are you, my mind? Say hello and inquire of your wisdom body, your ancestral beings. How are you? Thank you for joining me in this practice today. Thank you for helping guide this practice with your wisdom. And thank your inner light. Connect with your inner light. Whatever is that spark, that unknown, that gives us conscious awareness. Hands to the heart center. Oh, your Om unto itself can be repeated as a mantra. So again, a nice basic mantra. Aum, 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 Aum. So keep that in mind. Whatever's the mudra you want, hands could be here, hands could be here. I'm deeply grateful to be able to share the depth of my practice with you. Thank you all so much for coming and joining to share your practice with me. So do feel free to make a comment. Let me know how things are going. I can't give back to a vacuum, right? But I really enjoyed where we explored this week. If you're continuing on your home yoga practice with the practice plan, 7 days. Now we're only Tuesday through Friday on home yoga practice. So if you're continuing, yay, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, commit. Remember, dedicate your amount of time. That could be 15 minutes. It could be an hour. It could be, who knows? But do it. Do your observation and your reflection. Maybe write in your journal. And check in on some guidance. Can't wait to hear how this is going, what you got to learn about yourself, what you got to learn about what you like about your practice or what you don't. Yes, deeply grateful. Thank you all. Still not seeing anybody. I'm going to hang out for a few minutes before I shut down the broadcast, but I do have some back-to-back private lessons today, so I can't hang out for really long. Thank you all so much. This has been a lot of fun. And we'll keep growing with posture and breath and our intention and our practice. And hopefully it's helping us grow outside, off the mat, because that's what it's for. It's not here. It doesn't live here. All right, I feel like I'm poking you guys. Still not getting any feedback. So I will say farewell for now. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow in our basics or our power. Sunday, our chakra yoga flow you might enjoy, where we combine in asana, some breath practices, maybe mudra and mantra. Hey, Claudia, to connect in with our energy centers. I have suspended outdoor yoga. I'm greatly concerned by the upticks in our numbers in terms of COVID. So please remain safe and join in on any outdoor yogas that are going on around town. Explore, expand. Support. There's no scarcity of yoga. So, all right, you all. Thank you again so much. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.